Yo, Reiju, I love you. Oh, favorite Vince Smoke. That's Sanji. Man. Alright, Fantard here to talk about One Piece. We finally get a little flashback, some insight on Sanji's mama. And this episode starts off with, they're actually feeding Sanji some pretty good food. And the way Sanji eats it, the way his facial expression looks, it's as if he's kind of like accepted that he might just be in this jail cell. And like he has like not exactly a content face, but just a face that's like, oh, he's just eating, regularly. And while he's doing that, you have Daddy Vince Smoke, and he's training the rest of the kids. And he's like, you guys are my greatest achievement. I love you all so much. I'm like, fuck that. That is such fake love, man. That's only love if you're like successful, or if you're freaking being all nice and like all like just basically what Vince Smoke wants them to be. And there's such like it's a bullshit love, man. And it kind of like it pissed me off, man. I was like, fuck, man. I'm like, Sanji's just there in the cell, and you can't accept Sanji for who he is, or the fact that he's a late bloomer. I don't know what Vince Smoke's backstory is, but it needs to be something at least good for us to understand why he's like this. And I'm pretty sure the reason why he's like this is because obviously Sanji reminds him the most of his wife, and either he caused his wife's death to get sick, because in the flashback it looks to me like she's in her bed set as if she might have some kind of sickness or some kind of cancer. And apparently they show Sanji has his own flashback of him walking into the rain, and he tells his guards like, oh, don't tell my father I'm coming to the castle. So it seems to me either they were forbidden from seeing their mom, or from the rest of the children knowing that they even had a mom. I'm not so sure what the story is there, but they'd get in trouble if they were to go see the mom. And he would always bring her food. And apparently he had dropped it in the rain, and Sanji's mom still ate it anyway, and she is so nice. Oh, she doesn't have the eyebrows. I'm pretty sure Sanji's eyebrows are probably from his dad's, and that's probably why he has got a fucking mask on. Damn coward. Either that he doesn't want to be associated with Sanji, or I don't know what his deal is. But the mom eats it, and she's so nice and soothing. She tells her maids like, don't cook me any more food. Everything I'll eat now is from Sanji. And I'm like, oh, a true mother, man. And I don't know why she even ended up with Vince Smoke. Either it was arranged, or Vince Smoke was different from the beginning, because like it kind of reminded me like either she was involved in some kind of power struggle where she was forced to marry this guy, or Vince Smoke was like a complete 180 different person from the past, and he just like turned into a dick later on. I don't understand why Sanji's mother ended up with some kind of dickhole like this. He had to have been different. Either that or it was arranged. One of those two things. And it was like such heartbroken, because right after the scene, we only get a little snippet of her. Right after the scene, they show a big cross, and it's basically her funeral. And Sanji has pretty much a memory of her, and he just thinks back to the good things of his mother, that the good memories that his mom brought. And then we get to a scene where Sanji gets his ass beat again from his brothers. And Reiju, she doesn't even laugh anymore. I don't think she can stand it. She's just there. She's pissed off. She's around the corner of the room. And she's just like, I don't think she can't even watch anymore. She can't laugh anymore. And I'm just like, oh my god, Reiju, she can't put up with it. I love Reiju because little by little, she's showing that she has a true heart of a true character, like the heart of a real person. And then she mentions to Sanji, like, listen, those guys, they might have been all powerful and like, they basically become superhuman. But apparently the side effects of them having those kind of powers is that they had no empathy or sympathy. And then she's like, oh, I may have like just as much strength as they do, but I have not lost my humanity. And she still feels for Sanji. She tells him, I'm not on your side, but I still care for you. She still loves Sanji. She's the only true sibling to Sanji, and she still heals his wounds. And then we get to the part where Sanji tells her, I want to get out of here. If you can help me escape, I can never see father's face again. And she starts to tear up, and she's like, don't say those words to me. And then she decides to fine. And she basically uses her strength and pulls the bars apart. And because apparently they're in the middle of a war. They're going over the red line. And she's telling Sanji, this is your only chance to escape. Don't screw up this moment. And man, this part is probably the saddest part of Sanji's backstory. And it was just so well executed with the drawings that Oda did. Oda's outside, right? I'm sorry, not Oda. Sanji. Sanji gets out of the cell, and his dad lets him go. He tells him, you are to never associate yourself with my name. Never tell anyone that you are my son. You hear me? And then even Vince Smoke tells him, even with all my disappointment and hatred towards you, I still couldn't take you out with my own hands. So we know that there's some form of love there for from the Big Daddy to Sanji. There has to be some kind of love, or maybe it's just pity. We need some backstory from Vince Smoke on why he ended up like this, and I can't wait to see it. So he tells Sanji, even though Sanji tells him, I don't want to be associated with this family, I'm leaving, not even you can stop me, just try and stop me. And he's holding his knife, and his dad tells him, don't associate yourself with this family, you're not my son anymore. Even after he tells Sanji that, you see Sanji crying, holding the knife, and then Reiju's on the other side, and she's just bawling like crazy, and I'm just like, oh my god, this chapter's... I hope the anime does this right. They have to do it right. Please. I hate the I can't stand the anime. I kind of dropped it a little. I watch every now and then, the episodes now and then, recently with the Zou arc, because the Zou arc was pretty amazing. But please do this right. I know they'll do it right. When it comes to the good scenes, they do pretty well. But, and then towards the end, when Sanji's about to leave, Reiju tells him, get on the ship. The ship that Sanji was on initially, the cruise ship, when he was like, cutting up, he was like an assistant chef, sort of say. And she tells Sanji, you were to never to come back to us, you hear? And she's like just tearing up, and then Sanji's just bawling like crazy. And even towards the end, even though Sanji hates his family, even though Sanji can't stand his dad, and he tells him, he's holding a knife to his dad, telling him, I don't want to associate yourself with the family. He's still crying because he still feels rejected and just casted out from his own family. And it's such a sad scene, man, with all the tears that are coming out. And then he runs away like a baby, like, wow. I'm like, oh my gosh, Sanji, if only they knew the kind of person that you have become, how powerful, how awesome you've become. I love Sanji, man. Oh god, this backstory, fucking sad. I don't know how high it goes up as far as the Straw Hats, like, in my opinion, it's probably next to Nami's and Nico Robin's backstory. They all have sad backstories, but this one was tough because the other Straw Hats, their backstories are that they lost important people that were already there who loved them. The ones who were already caring for them. Nico, she still had her mother. She still had damn, I can't forget it. I'm forgetting his name. Saul. And they had people that still loved them, but they lost them to other douchebags. Sanji's family were the douchebags, and they casted him out. That's hard. I think the only guy you probably compare to is maybe Brook, because he lost his men, and his men were already dead, and he was there for many years by himself. But this one's up there, man. I think Sanji's backstory might be a little sadder than some of the Straw Hats who had family and we're kind of already alone. Maybe Nico's the only one. Nico Robin's probably the only one that beats him. Barely, though. I'm still debating. We still need to see more. Oh, Sanji had his mom. That's the only person. Sanji at least had his mom. As far as backstories go, they're all sad. Now, as far as this chat... Oh, fuck. I totally forgot. The ending. Luffy's eating the biscuits. He's eating the biscuits of Cracker. Cracker's going up against Luffy, and they're fighting hardcore. And Luffy's all fat, bad. Oh, okay, so... Luffy's eating the biscuits, and I'm so glad that Luffy hadn't won yet, because Cracker's a beast, man. They're still going at it. And as far as this chapter's rating go, I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I can't wait to see more of Cracker versus Luffy, because he is determined to get to Sanji. Fans right out.